One to jump on and do a live. Um, Pretty pumped. Today was a super exciting day for me and my family. Uh, most importantly, for my brother. I found out today uh, through our family that my hasn't been smoking for a couple of days because he has been led by my brother, who hasn't been smoking for 8 days. 8 days. So huge, huge. Um, if you guys are watching this for the first time, smoking weed, cannabis, vaping, very big in my family. I mean, most of my life, I didn't know my dad smoked. I mean, I think I was more oblivious my entire life. Never seen him smoke. But my mom, um, she used to, for many years, talk about my father and how he smoked and all the bad things about smoking weed. And of course, growing up in school, that's always saying just say no to drugs and all these things. So I never, ever, ever anticipated to ever smoke. But what I will say is, I was 18 years old. It was summertime, and me and my friends were just hanging out with my parents, my mom and stepdad, and I learned for the first time that my mom smoked weed every blue moon. And what that did was opened the door for me, but it also made me upset and angry because most of my life, my mom made it seem like she was a perfect angel and smoking weed was just horrible. So I just had that seed, never ever anticipated, planned, or wanted to smoke because, I was under the impression it was the worst thing ever. And just because my mom, that's how much influence my mom had in my life. And so when I found out that they smoked every blue moon, it opened up the gateway for me. The next time I was at a party, I'll never forget, um, a late friend of mine, his name was Tim Smith, incredible, incredible human. He was one of the big music guys at school and just full of life. So, anyways, shout out to Tim Smith, who is looking down here in heaven. But that opened up the door. And from that moment on, discreetly for several years, I would smoke cannabis and smoke weed. And of course, when the time came, I think, the first person that gave my brother his first puff. And, I had that responsibility. He always jokingly always would say it was my fault, and it was my fault. I led my brother into that life. And even though over the years, I stopped and really, would smoke occasionally over the course of, the next 15 plus years. Um, my brother smoked literally from age of like 18, I believe, and he may have smoked a little younger than that actually. Um, but from his first time up until now, he's about 34 years old, and he's on day 8 of not smoking. So super pumped, super proud of him, and he has a lot of reasons why he's stopping. Um, you know, Most importantly, I would say just for the clarity, to level up in life, to just be more present, and as he's unwinding and clearing his body and just all these wonderful things that happen when you stop smoking. You just get a clarity in your life, and you realize a lot of time that's wasted. Um, you know, I know for myself, I can speak literally for myself. Anytime that I would fall into the trap of smoking, usually was because I was trying to numb maybe some stress, or maybe I would be in a season of a lot of different things going on, and I would just want to be numb and just try to, instead of being super high energy, I want to kind of mellow out and try to uh, really just, what's the word? Just chill. If you've ever smoked weed, you know what that's like. But now, with the generation we have now, the technology and the resources, you can kind of pick your strand and get some of the best quality stuff. But again, that doesn't disregard the fact of when you stop smoking, no matter what, the clarity you get, just the overall health benefits of health as a whole is just better. So, I want to jump on and just share that. If you guys like, share, or just hit that bell. Because what I will say is, guys, this is just going to be the start of a lot of different other videos that we can share. Because I will tell you this: the Nice's family has so many chains that are going to be broken, and this is just one of many. And one of them is smoking and just truly living a healthy life. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope for whatever reason, if you're watching this, my name is Matthew Nices, and I'm your friend. And prayer life is so important. This has been a prayer of mine for many years, and it's still even a prayer for mine for myself to keep a clear conscience, to not be drawn to wanting to smoke, and really just to lead by example. And so this prayer for health, for my family, for my brother to stay strong and disciplined, for my father, you know, and for anyone else that's watching this. Maybe you're struggling with smoking, maybe you're struggling with any other addiction. I want you to know, if you pray, if you get into the Word, I'm actually going to pull something up for you, and it's going to come straight out of the Bible. Uh, it's a word of the power of prayer. So just give me a second. I'm going to pull it back up. So this is going to come from the book of James. Confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. Comes from James 5:16. And I share that because over the years I've confessed my sins, and I've just continued to pray powerful prayers. And this has been one prayer from my family, is to break the generational curses of needing to smoke marijuana, to needing any kind of alcohol or drugs. And this is just that first step for our family to literally get closer to more bondage breaking and generational bondage that we're going to break, so we can get closer to the kingdom and continue to further the kingdom and share the good news of the gospel. So again, prayer life for smoking weed. Prayer life always wins. Love y'all.